I'm being told right off the bat, and this is like a no-brainer for me because I know you're dating my friend, but I'm being told of a relationship that entered your life recently, a positive relationship that's very good for you. And I'm assuming that's Dan. It makes sense to me, right? Who else, what other relationship would you be in right now that's really like doing good things for you? Energetically, spiritually, mentally, I feel like this is a good relationship, or at least I'm being told that's what's happening for you right now. And you guys are going to continue to grow closer. So you can look forward, to watching your relationship develop, to the next stage, whatever that may be. So Spirit's definitely acknowledging that. They're also
a ring. Don't want to put any pressure on Dan. Is he sitting right here?
Yeah, I don't know. I do have one card that might scare me. I don't know. We'll get to that in a second. But they're also telling me that around the same time period, there was something about forgiveness that you were probably working through as well. It's talking about a positive resolution of a conflict. And as soon as I pulled this and I'm looking at it, it kind of made me feel like it was with a close friend or a person that you used to be close with, or it could be like a sister or like a family member. I'm picking up that it's with another female. But this is talking about that, it's important that this conflict is resolved and you kind of work through it. And I believe it's already started to happen. Does that make any sense to you?
The only conflict I can think of has not started to happen, and I don't know that I'm going to allow that to happen.
Okay, so it's still
that's the only conflict that's right there that I can think of. Yeah.
Okay, well and this could be your father, right? I don't see him like saying this to me right in my face, but it's coming from that side of the things, and they're saying whether it's your spirit guides or your angels, they're saying that you should look into this conflict and try to find forgiveness for this person. You don't want to it's okay to be upset with somebody, right? I'm not saying let people walk all over you, but it's important to process what happened, figure out where things went wrong, take ownership over whatever it is that you contributed to the situation, and look at them, and eventually you got to find forgiveness. You got to find closure. And that doesn't mean you need to be best friends with this person again. It just means you don't want to carry that anymore in your energy. Right? You don't want to have that with you. You don't want to think about it. It can weigh us down. Next thing you know, you got all kinds of, conflicts that are weighing heavily on you. So they're encouraging you to cut this free, find some closure with it and move on with your life. So that's just something that they're mentioning. So I'm glad you resonated with it. And it sounds like you know exactly who I'm talking about.
I do, yeah.
Okay. Now, this next message I have, now this means a lot of different things, right? I'm not going to say it's marriage, but this is one of the cards I would get if I was going to be talking about marriage. This is one I would see. So but what it really means is you're ending a cycle in your life, a phase in your life, and you're starting a new one. And it's a time for you to look back on what you've experienced in this most recent stage and evaluate. You're in a time of evaluation right now. It's like you're at the end of the school year and you're looking back on all the grades you got and how you did and all that stuff. This is a time of evaluation. So you're kind of like doing an audit on yourself on how things have been going at this particular point in your life. This is also a time in your life where you need to decide if you want to stay on the path that you're currently on, or if you might want to move in a different direction. So you're at a crossroads. But this is definitely a card that I would definitely see for somebody who is even thinking about marriage, contemplating about marriage, hoping for marriage. So keep that in the back of your mind. It can mean many things, but just know that your spirits and your guides are telling you that this is a time of reflection. So enjoy it. It's usually commanded by Archangel Azrael. So he's not just the angel of death. Everybody thinks of him as this big scary guy, but he's actually the angel of there's changing of phases and stuff, changing phases in your life. And so this last message I have for you is talking about, your ability of completing goals, manifesting in your life, while also dealing with other bothersome details. It's referencing that conflict with others again. So, but I don't think this is the same thing as that first conflict. This one's more or less talking about people that are kind of working against you. In whatever it is that you do, the industry you work in, you're always going to have. And I heard, as soon as I was taking notes earlier in the beginning, and as soon as I started writing notes about this card, I just heard the word haters. and that's not a word I usually use a lot. So I'm thinking it has something that it could tie into what it is you're doing. You probably feel that word a lot, or this is something that you think in your head a lot, but there's probably some haters that are, trying to detract you or slow you down or get in your way. They're telling me that don't worry about them. I mean, in some cases, you like you like that feeling of people trying to like stop you. It kind of makes you stronger, I feel like, so they don't slow you down at all. They kind of give you fuel to keep moving forward. But this is basically saying that you're gonna succeed in what it is that you're doing, and you have a lot of different goals coming at you. You have a lot of different things coming at you from many different directions. So it's encouraging you to keep taking on as much as you want and doing what you're doing, but like definitely find like a main direction that you're going in. I know I heard, I can't remember who it was a minute ago. I think it was Gary that mentioned something about you getting into like a fashion industry or like makeup or something like that. Absolutely find something like that you feel passionate about and smash it, because you definitely got a lot of people supporting you in that regard.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And that's what I got for now. I'll let you know if anything else comes through.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
I just had one more thing. He's bringing up the number 9. So I don't know if it's the 9th of a month, day, year, age.
Just had a birthday, but her birthday is 9/7, so September 7th. I'm not sure.
Yes.
It's that?
That relates, yes.
Okay.
That's him. Giving you an acknowledgement that is actually him with those 9s. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, your father's been hanging out with me for a while. I wasn't sure who it was, but then I heard Kristen talking, and I felt like that's who it was that was coming forward. I was getting a father figure who was very pressing, not in a negative way, but he had almost like a macho kind of persona around him. I don't know if you've ever heard the term macho man or the macho man of the town. That was his energy coming through. Sometimes when I do readings, I see characters from TV shows. So I'm going to ask before I even say it, are you familiar with this show called Queen of the South?
I'm not. I don't think so. Are you? No, I don't think so.
Okay, that's all right.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll just interpret it how I'm seeing it, because I see the characters for different reasons. So I'm going to ask, did your father either have like long hair or like sideburns that he would trim all the time, or like long sideburns?
He had long hair when he was younger. Younger. Sideburns? No, I mean, he had like a beard that connected.
Okay, yeah, because if you look at Queen of the South, there's this character by the name of Forte, and he kept showing me like Forte's long sideburns that they look almost like Elvis Presley sideburns, but they're longer.
Okay.
So I was getting that, and also the persona of the character as well as a similar kind of like macho man kind of persona.
Okay.
Everything he was showing me was connected to this like manliness in him. I don't know if this connects with you, if you used to wear particular kinds of shoes, but he was showing me like cowboy boots, but like the kind that people would work in or whatever, like really old school cowboy boots that even had like the metal on them. And then he was trying to make a comparison. He was like, listen, if I was wearing a pair of shoes, or if I was a pair of shoes, I wouldn't be just any kind of pair of shoes. I'd be a tough pair of shoes, or like something made out of leather like that.
He used to wear like like the chunky like hiker boots, right?
Yeah, like a Timberland, like something like heavy, like the bottom of it even had like a thicker layer on it when you look at the edge of it.
Yeah.
And the top of it didn't have a narrow toe, it had like a wider toe to it. Yeah. He was showing me that. He's like, those shoes are him. Like if he was a pair of shoes, he'd be those shoes, because he's tough in his persona, just like how those shoes.
He thought he was Tony Soprano.
The things that come up during readings. But he has that macho-ness to him, and he's still strong like that on the other side. He's tough like leather. Like that's what he's showing me, because he's showing me like leather jackets. But they're simple. They're not like fashionable or anything. They're real simple and dark too. But he wants you to know that, as tough as he is, able to have emotions. He's making a reference to the Tin Man, who I think was the one that wanted a heart. He says, was I like that? Yeah, but I could still open up. Was he super soft when he opened up? No, but you knew when he opened up. It was for a quick moment, briefly, that I feel. And he wants you to know that he's still like that on the other side, that when you need him, call on him. If you pray to him, whatever it is that you do, many people do different things. If you're just thinking of him, know that his spirit's there. he wants you to know that he's taken care of on the other side. He's like, I don't need anything, I'm fine, but if you need something, he'll be there for you. But I also feel like that was his persona in life. Like, don't worry about me, I don't need anything. Like, the only thing you could ever do for him, I feel, was like when it comes to like serving plates. So I don't know if someone else did the cooking in the house, but he's making some kind of reference with like a plate, like someone could prepare his plate for him. But other than that, everything else, he's got it. Like, he doesn't need extra help. Like, don't worry about me, he's saying.
Okay, yeah.
Know that he's there, know that he's right on the other side. And when you get a chance, look at that character Pote in the show Queen of the South. He might just look like your father. Look at the sideburns, how really long they are, and the long hair. You might just be surprised.
All right, I'll look him up.
So
Okay.
he's there. If you need him, he's there in an instant. And again, know that he's taken care of on the other side. That he's like, I don't need anything. He said that in life, and he's like that on the other side. That he's okay. So that's
Thank
all
you very
who I'm
much.
with right now. He had a very pressing personality. No one else was able to step forward, so he did. So maybe later someone else will come through, because there are other souls there with you, but maybe one will come through later, okay?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Nice job, Justin. All right. So who do we have left? Colleen and Leah, do you guys have any messages for Gabriella?
I have a bunch, but they are all over the place. So just bear with me. We'll go through it. I have a little list of everything.
Okay.
I too got an older male, but then I got a grandfather. So I don't know if you have a grandfather or old, like a great-great-grandfather, but either way, this would be from your dad's side, and he's saying they are together. Do you know who would have a similar name, or somebody was named after, like a junior, or, because I'm getting different names, but the one that I first got was an E name, but then it was like, I'm named after this person. So
My dad's name is Ed, and he was named after his father, who was Ed, who passed when he was 4 years old.
okay, I've been holding this. I was telling Mark, I'm like, I have this information, but everybody's validating, or everybody's going, and you're validating so fast that I'm like nervous to say it. But okay, so then that's what this is, because he right away took me to a grandfather, and then they're saying father, but it doesn't sit well. So I'm like, well, give me more. And he's like, okay, I'm E, I'm named after so-and-so. So I'm glad you validated that. Let me go through my notes. I got a bunch. Also too, I did get that he was on the tougher side. And this could just be a persona, but he stands there with his arms like this, and he's just watching. He's watching the show, and he's just like,
Yep.
right. Just like that. But I see him in, I don't know what you guys call them, but they're like, it's like they wear them underneath their shirts, like when you give.
Tanks, guinea tea.
I say something else, but I don't want to say it. But yeah, like a wife beater undershirt. So he's standing there, and then he has these like work pants on. So I don't know what he did specifically for a job, but I keep feeling somebody is either a city worker or does like some work where he has boots on, and I call them dickies. That's the type of material, like the pants there, but they're worker uniform pants. So this could be a city worker, UPS, whatever this is. I keep seeing this image.
The mailman.
What'd you say?
He was a mailman.
There you go, city worker. Okay, I'm getting it. So he shows me his uniform, he shows me the boots, he tells me his feet would hurt.
Yep.
So that makes a lot of sense now, because I'm like sitting there and he's like, my feet ache, my legs started to ache. Do you know if his feet would swell? Because
Yes,
that's the first thing he showed me. After he stands there rough and tough like this, he's like he just wants somebody to rub his feet.
Yeah.
So there's another quick validation to his job. Also, I don't know how many children you come from with your mother, but who's the third child? Would he be a third child, you be a third child, or is there a third?
I only have one sibling, and my dad personally was the oldest. So I don't know where the third child would come from.
We'll just hold it, because they keep referencing 3 children, so it's either somebody's gonna have 3 children, but that's going too far into it, or somebody comes from 3 children. It could be a mother, brother, boyfriend, whatever, partner. But it's the third child they kept referencing, and it was a male. So I don't know if they passed. I didn't go into more detail with that. I just wanted to keep continuing with your father.
I don't know if this is too inappropriate. I've had 2 miscarriages. I don't know if that's...
Okay, no, it's not inappropriate, because this is your reading, but unless you want to go into that, we don't have to. But okay, so then this might be something to this. But okay, I don't know how far I can go, but as you said that. What'd you say?
I said go as far as you want.
Okay, well, as you said that, I was filling in because I keep circling the third child. So if you're telling me you've had 2 miscarriages, then by the third one, you're gonna have your baby. Okay. I don't know who that's gonna be with. I'm not gonna go as far and try to connect that way, but I do feel a baby is coming.
Hey, Colleen, I just want to add, I got the same thing, child.
Okay, so then there. It makes you nervous to say it because I don't want to give you some, I don't want to sell this dream. It is yours, it's your business, but it's like 3, 3, 3. If it's not you, it's not your mother's children, or you're not the sibling to 3 and it's not your mother's or your father's, then it has to be what you just said.
Colleen, I got those blocks too, so that's 3 of us getting child also. So put that together.
Well, I have goosebumps. I just
Get ready, Dan.
He's sitting here like, oh my god.
Oh, your boyfriend's right there. Good luck. I got a couple more things for you. The first thing, when I was sitting in meditation beforehand, I kept seeing like your higher self, my higher self, which is who you truly are and who you're meant to be. And for you, you have this positive spin on something, and it can be health, beauty, whatever, that most people frown upon, right? So if we sit here and look at, oh, well, you said you're a beauty plus size model. There's people that are gonna throw the things that they shouldn't be throwing at you. And they're like, but she can take it. Yes, it hurts, but she can take it. And when you're doing this, the things you're saying are going throughout this whole world, in the internet, whatever you blog, whatever it's called, it's going out there and you're helping so many young girls. And this is another step. So your higher self, your spirit guides, they want you to connect to them. Because I'm sitting here and I'm seeing like my third eye and I'm seeing these very strange like hieroglyphics. I don't even know what the heck they're called. And I'm like, what does this mean? And they're telling me she needs to connect. She needs to go higher, and you are capable. There is no doubt. Because once you learn who you are truly meant to be in this world, which is this blogger, this person that inspires so many, you are just gonna project like that positive body image, and it's gonna help so many girls, even guys, whoever this is gonna go for, you're gonna help so many. So the key to that is, they keep telling me for you, is confidence, confidence, confidence. You got this, and you have a really good personality. Meditate, and you will activate your third eye. That's what I got for you. I got a couple more things, hold on. Again, really good high energy. You're gonna connect to many people. This is gonna bring success and wealth. Wealth can be a bunch of different things. It can be money on a personal level, just connecting and helping and healing other people. But it's gonna be big for you. And I don't know if you worked ever at a beauty counter, but I got a lot of beauty for you too. So that, or I can look at your face, you have beautiful makeup on, so I know you know how to do it. I don't know if you're gonna do this on your channel, but beauty and makeup and the application of it does come up.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I think that's it for now, but I'll keep trying to connect in.
Nice job, Colleen. That was wonderful.
So what I'm seeing is what looks like a Dalmatian, and it looks like it has like a red collar and gold like little thing on it. Seeing the doghouse too, and there's an older male energy that's taking care of it, and it's almost like looking out the window, like waiting for someone to come home, and it's very happy. It just got the most beautiful coat of hair I've ever seen. Did you have a black and white dog?
So our first dog ever was like a mutt, and she was black, brown, and gray. And then we had a Doberman, a big black and brown Doberman.
Okay. This is like something where it's like I'm seeing spots on it.
Okay. My dad's dog was a Yorkie, and that dog is still alive.
Okay.
Has a red collar. I don't know.
Oh, it does have a red. Oh, does it like look
Yorkie.
out the window waiting for him?
Yeah.
Okay, this is so interesting. Okay, I just got chills. The dog is waiting. This is so funny. Okay, so the dog is like waiting for him to come home, right? And he's showing me him taking care of the dog, right? And he's like with him, trying to take care of him. and it's interesting because he had shown me the Pope walking with him too, and I know Gary had mentioned something about him being Catholic too, and I'm like, what is the Pope doing walking around there? So this is really interesting that he's trying to comfort the dog sort of in this way. So he's there trying to comfort the dog with the dog trying to look out the window. That's so interesting. Okay. This is what I have.
It's okay. Thank you so much. But my dad was like obsessed with that little dog.
Did he call onion something weird? Like, I'm almost getting like a Spanish name for onion, like cebolla or something like that. I keep seeing an onion.
I mean, he didn't call onions anything weird, but I have like a weird obsession with onions. I used to eat them like apples when I was a little kid. It's very
Oh, okay. There's some sort of a because I was like, my father's also passed away, and he's like sort of works with me a little bit with this, and I was like, Daddy, come on, help me, like I have to be able to say something, and it was just going to be something that was going to be very important and resonate with you, something about, I just kept showing me these onions, so
that very well could be it, because I literally loved onions.
That's awesome. So thank you for the opportunity to connect.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Wow. Everybody's done a great job. Wonderful job. Before we move on to Pat's part, Gabriella, I just wanted to know if there was any validations that you wanted to bring out that we didn't already talk about, any particular connections?
The main ones that are sticking out in my head, again, are the ones that I talked about with the bird, the blue and the bird, because I could have sworn it was a blue jay that my dad came and told me he was representing himself as. Let me see.
That's the first one.
Mm-hmm. And then Cassandra with the whole like past, present, future. That was very accurate. Like when I was younger, I really did not have any confidence. I never really had any like type of self-love or anything like that. And then I kind of found my way. And I've also always like had the ability to have dreams of like the other spiritual world, I guess, but I never could tap into it. And when I was a little girl, my neighbor was he a Navajo? Cherokee Indian, and he I kept having dreams of being in the circle of a pack of wolves, but their butts were to me, like, so their faces were, I was like being protected by the wolves, and I kept having dreams of it. And my mom told my neighbor, like, I don't know, she keeps telling me, Mommy, the doggies are always barking, but they're protecting me. And he was like just validating that I had that kind of gift. Yeah. And then when you pulled the wolf, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so crazy.
That is pretty crazy. And it sounds like if you're talking about, in the dream state and traveling, like seeing the spirit world, you're more than likely talking about what's called astral projection. Okay. And it's essentially, we all do it when we all go to sleep. We just don't remember it. And it's something we could definitely explore with you, after this session, if you want to learn more about it. So
that would be so cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else? Let me see. Honestly, almost everything resonated with me. Let's see. The only thing I can't place is the large box falling off of the truck or something like in the large box. I can't place that yet, but we have it written down.
Is that one? I just got to ask more about the child thing, because there was a few of us that got that. I think there was like 3 or 4 people who mentioned the child thing. Is that something that you've always wanted? That you wanted to have a child in your life, something you dream of?
Yeah, my dream has always been to be a mom, like since very, very little. I carried around baby dolls till I was like 10. Like I've always just had that nurturing, like wanting to be a mom inside of me. And yeah, so I've had a miscarriage with Dan and then one previously. So
it's definitely clear, your angels and your guides are definitely supporting you with this. So, keep holding on to that dream and keep it alive, because it's certainly something they're going to help you with.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I figured out something else with that dog, by the way. So someone's taking care of the dog very well. And so your dad's really happy about it and keeps talking about how beautiful the hair is. This is what's going on with this. So someone's like brushing the dog or something like that.
Okay.
So he's really happy about that.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I just groomed him. I just cut his hair.
So he was with you there. So he thinks it looks great. and he was with you, and so there's that.
It sounds funny, but that's literally who my dad was. Like, he was obsessed with this little dog. That was like his little baby.
I knew it was important.
Yes, thank you so much.
I have one more thing to add on from what Mark. So when I kept getting to 3 and we weren't sure, and then you told us that information. Thank you, by the way, because I know that's hard. As a mother myself, I know that's like a tough subject. But they keep telling me rainbow baby, rainbow baby, rainbow baby. So when it happens, and it will eventually, this will be that rainbow baby. And I see everything rainbows in such a cute, beautiful way. So when it comes, you'll know, and you'll feel, and you'll, like, everything that happened for a reason. We don't know that reason, but this rainbow baby is going to bring that whole new, like, positivity and hope.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's what I'm exciting about the rainbow. But also I want to ask, I see your father still standing there. He threw, like, you know, like a kitchen towel. Yeah. I don't know how to explain. It's like you could grab pots and pans, or you could just wipe something. He throws it over his shoulder, and he's like this. So I don't know if he liked to cook or he didn't like to cook. Either way, he's showing me like he's throwing it, but he's like, ugh, like I gotta stick.
So, like, you are very, very in tune with him right now. Like, that's literally him right now. So he used to own a restaurant, and he would cook.
So he liked to cook, because at first he's like, he throws it over his shoulder, and he's like this, like, oh, like, you know, when you're tired from cooking all day.
Of course, but yeah, he loved it.
Yeah, but then it tired him out. So it's like, I love this, but then I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
But he like goes like this with the towel, but he has that white beater, the Dago on. And he's there like this, like just relaxing, but tired. He keeps doing that to me.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
that's all I got. I'll keep going in if I get more, okay?
Thank you so much.
This is kind of interesting because I wonder if this might be for you. Now, I thought it was for Pat. It still might be. Now, I had seen a pizza before, like, I don't know, before I got on, but I was seeing a pizza, and then I was seeing someone put it in a pizza oven. So I don't know if that was your dad.
Before, like, literally the night that he passed, he was working at his friend's restaurant making pizzas for him.
Got it. So that's validation right there, that this is him.
Thank you so much.
And he's happy about that little puppy.
I know, he loves him.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. There's like some big validations, some little ones, but they all fit in together. Everything is connected, and it sounds like there's a lot to say about your father. He had a pretty big personality. Just from hearing everybody else's connections and the things that I'm thinking of, I feel like he was just a fun guy that everybody loved to be around. Yeah. And we all can tell that you guys had a very strong connection. But just, if there's one thing you're going to take away from this experience talking with us about your father, and just know that he's definitely not gone. He may not be here in the physical anymore, but he is absolutely around you in the spiritual. He's watching you every day. He's helping you out when he can, and he's talking to you. Even though you can't physically see him standing in front of you talking, he's talking to you through emotions, through thoughts, through your dreams, through so many different mediums, right? And anybody can pick up on these energetic signatures and whatnot. So just pay attention and be open, and he'll continue talking to you, and you'll see him in birds and in all kinds of different things like we've talked about. You'll see him in many different ways.
Thank you so much.
You can ask him for signs too. So he's saying if you ask him for signs, he'll be able to send things down to you too. So that's something that you'll be able to do, and you'll be able to build a relationship with him on the other side in that way too.
So I just want to say this. So it was Friday night. I know you guys didn't know I was on the phone, but I was on FaceTime with Dan, and I was sitting there talking to my dad. I'm like, Dad, if this is real, you better tell them about the tattoo and about a tattoo parlor. And then I don't remember who exactly mentioned it.
That was Gary.
Yes, and it was like the next thing that you said, and I was like, holy crap. Like, this is like, wow. For real.
Yeah, we were all pretty blown away. What's that, Gary?
Did you get the tattoo yet?
I didn't get it yet, but I'm planning on getting it this weekend.
Right on. Cool.
You gotta take a picture and send it to us so we can see the tattoo that you ended up getting. That is so amazing that you asked for that, right? So the way this whole thing unfolded was quite incredible, because none of us had any clue that you were listening in. And for the fact that, like, for Gary to pick up on your father like that, and then even Kristen was picking up on some stuff too, connected with your father, for them to have that information was so bizarre. And then finally Dan was like, well, she's right here. It was great.
It was so cool. And that's what we were saying too. We were like, it's so like, you guys had no idea that I was on the phone. Like, and for my dad to be able to come through and you guys to pick up on that over a computer and then over a phone, you know what I mean? Like, it was just so cool.
Been doing this work more and more, you'll start to realize that there really is no coincidences. Like, everything happens for a reason. Like, you might have stepped off the step the wrong way so that you can find something off the floor. It could be something so insignificant, but everything happens for a reason. So you being on that call that night clearly happened for a reason, for you to either get here or whatever it might be.
Right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And which is going to lead me to the next thing. It's you know, we're going over on the reading, so I want to make sure we get the Pat's piece before it gets too late. But we have a special surprise for you. So